So now we get to technically part 5, but it's not known that because it was a spin-off, and it's called Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones. To be perfectly honest, this should not have even been a Paranormal Activity film because it's very loosely connected, mainly at the end because during a chase there's this door, because they mentioned this like once earlier in the film, and when he opens the door, he is teleported to the ending of the first movie in the kitchen of Katie and Mika. And apparently she was standing there and screamed, and Mika came in and attacked our last character of this film. And then that's when she stabbed him. And then our guy with the camera runs, and his buddy, who was the lead of the film, kills him, and the movie ends. This should have just been its own movie. And I think if it changed a couple things, it would have been decent. This is still a rant. I'm not a big fan of this film, but this is considered one of the worst ones, and I actually think it's one of the better ones. But that's not saying much. Okay, I appreciate the fact that it takes place in a different setting. It takes place in, I don't know if you call it the ghetto, but like a different kind of setting, and gave a different little bit of feel, vibe, environment. And the lead guy wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad at all. Pretty much just they graduate, trying to figure out what to do. There's this neighbor who people believe is a witch. She gets killed. But, like, they do this dumb shit. Like, they go in and they go to a dead woman's apartment. They have fucking police tape and they're putting their fingerprints everywhere. This is a fucking crime. They're looking into this to see who fucking murdered this person. There's police tape. That means the police are going to come back. And they're touching shit and their fingerprints. What if they take fingerprints and be like, hey, why is your fingerprint here? Why is your fingerprint here? So the movie should have ended with them getting arrested. But why would you go in the crime scene and touch everything, leave your fucking fingerprints, so anyone, the cops would be like, fucking stupid. Of course, you're fucking stupid because you can't have a movie. No, have better writing. And then they find some shit. Someone's there, tells them to leave. Now, apparently, there's an extended version of this, because the version I saw didn't have this crap, but looking it up, apparently there's a scene where they do this ritual, and some crazy shit happens because of this ritual. But watch the theatrical cut, that's not in the movie. It literally goes from they're in the apartment, they're told to leave, and then the next scene, the guy wakes up, he's got a mark on him. And I'm like, why does he have a mark on him? Because he was in the building? The other guy was in the building, he doesn't have a mark. So this is the theatrical cut I'm talking about. So I'm like, great, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But I guess if you watch the unrated version, it would make a little bit more sense. Then why the fuck was that not in the goddamn... The unrated version is like 15 minutes. But that's not the version I had and I could rent. It was a theatrical version. Isn't that kind of an important fucking scene to have? So I was confused, like, wait a minute, why did it go from him leaving the room with his buddy, then all of a sudden he has his mark? Why? Why does he have the mark? How did he get it? Oh, this is a central scene where they did a stupid fucking ritual because they're dumb as hell again. So he has this mark, this bite on his arm, and he starts having these superhuman abilities. These people assault him. He makes them fly back. They do this stuff. They upload on YouTube, which I like the scene where they upload on YouTube and people think it's fake and phony. He can like try to fall back and it won't let him fall. Then his buddy tries it because he was in that apartment too, and of course he falls. He does like a skateboard trick, and it's like no matter what he does, it won't let him fall and get hurt. But the movie, as it goes on, he starts changing, where he starts getting a bit more aggressive, a bit more angry. And you really could have done something with that. Whereas this guy's like fighting with himself and trying to, trying to fight this thing that's inside him. And you get some little bit of pathos, a little bit of a drama, a little bit of character development with that. And you can't say that can't be done because this movie did it. And it's a found footage film. A guy who got bit, although this is more like a vampire movie, got bit, superhuman powers. They start filming it. Oh shit, look what I can do. He starts changing. But this is why this is a good film, and to me, this isn't. Because this one, uh, the characters do a good job. The actors do a good job, I should say. But they actually go into him trying to fight this thing inside him and dealing with guilt and going to a feral state and then being sad that he went into that because he needed to feed and he didn't, so he went into that. But once he fed, he was back to a rational mind and the guilt. And there's a lot more going with this, and it has a better ending compared to this. And it just more. This is a more satisfying film that did this kind of thing with the getting bit or hurt or marked, and then superhuman, and then bad things happen. This did a lot better. This one I recommend over this one. But yeah, if you change a couple things, like not have the characters be so stupid, not have a part of Paranormal Activity, it really didn't. Like it's almost threadbare the connection between that and this movie, other than the ending. And there's a point where in Paranormal Activity 2, I said, oh, everyone dies. Well, technically that's not true because there's a daughter character that did not die. She wasn't in the house when things happened. She appears in this movie because I guess she's trying to help people who she was researching demons after her event, and she pops in for a cameo and pretty much tells them about this cult and coven of witches called the Midwives. See, I was saying before, like this mythology thing is just doing too much. Now they're called the Midwives. The Midwives. Just call them the bitches. The hoes want the money. How about just? But yeah, Lee dies changing. He tortures a dog. Doesn't kill him. I don't know what the fuck happened to the dog. He's never seen him again, but we don't see him get killed. He just has the dog, and he won't let the dog down. And so he starts. He pretty much goes from good guy to bad guy. Not really any turmoil, any in between. And now he's violent, and they try to stop it with the help of the lead guy's mom. That doesn't work out. The, or I should say, grandmother. She just thrown down the stairs. So, and he's gone. So it's pretty much his buddy, his girlfriend, trying to figure out what to do. And they get this other guy, and who gets with his buddy, and they go in with fucking shotguns. I'm like, okay, this is different. I wonder where this is gonna go. And they shoot a couple. They shoot a couple of the witches, like the members. But a couple as in like two. I'm like, oh man, I was waiting for like the old batshit insane would just turn into an action film where just blowing all the, well, not that kind of blowing, shooting all the members of the coven. Shoot all the members of the coven, and then you shoot the possessed guy in the head, and then the movie's over. I might have given it points and credit. I'd be like, okay, I didn't see that coming, but I'm more satisfied with that ending than the one we did here. I actually would be like, okay, okay then. But no, they only shoot a handful. They get killed easily. Then the girlfriend she's disappeared. Then she just thrown through a window. She's dead. Then our final person, the buddy, he runs upstairs, goes through a door, and again he's back in time. Not just somewhere else, teleport, but he's back in time. It's a time door. Is that one of the fucking time bandits' time door? He goes through the time door, waiting for Doctor Who to appear. And he's back to the ending of the first film, like I said. And he runs off, and our lead, who's now a bad guy, kills him. And the grandma from the third movie, she picks it up and stares at it. So apparently that grandma was there the whole time in the first movie as well. She must have been just eating snacks in the fucking cellar or some basement or something. Or she must have been just chilling in the corner. I don't eat snack. I don't in the first movie. Whatever, man. Dumb characters, lame ending, very minute. I mean, that ending didn't. It's like someone said, well, it has to have paranormal activity somehow, so, hey, look at this twist for the people in the theater, which barely anyone saw this movie. Again, the lead guy was decent. The first half, while flawed, was like, okay. But, oh, some shotgun fun. Nah, not really. What? Now it's the first movie? What? And that doesn't really connect with how the time was at the end of the first movie. Like, what? And what the fuck does this have to do? I mean, I guess the reason they have these marked ones is to make them part of the cult. But I'm like, what? Wait, aren't they called midwives? So won't it just be women, like wives, if they're called midwives? So isn't it just women? So why are they getting guys? I don't fucking care anymore. Whatever. I'm looking up who the hell directed this film. Christopher B. Landon. I guess he wrote and directed this. Though the film is targeted to the Latino market, most of his dialogue is not in Spanish. Christopher B. Landon, who wrote the screenplay for 2007 Disturbia, I like that film, as well as the 3 Paranormal Activity sequels, was announced to write and direct the project. What the fuck else did he do? He directed Happy Death Day and Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Well, they're better than this movie, I'll give you that. And he did the sequel, Happy Death Day 2, which I didn't see. Well, yeah, they're better than this movie. I mean, this, like I said at the beginning, this had a little bit of promise, but maybe if it wasn't part of Paranormal Activity and go a little bit more different like stuff to it. But yeah, nothing really scary or creepy about the film. And apparently, I know a lot of people, if you go on YouTube, they would just say the movie's boring. Although I'm like, that was boring as Paranormal Activity too. At least it wasn't an hour of looking at a fucking poo filter. But yeah, I got nothing else to say about this film. So see you guys later. Bye bye.